Now, what is your whole perspective on the evolution of the fashion industry? Like, where do you see fashion going, like, in the future?
In the future of fashion, I definitely see everything being um, eco-friendly,
Hmm.
especially the way the world, how everything is going right now. Like, I believe we're like number two, like biggest reason for pollution in the world. That's so terrible. But I've seen companies, I've been following, certain companies that have been trying to save the planet, like by cutting back on certain things, like using dyes that are harmful to our water,
Mm-hmm.
using synthetic fabric. I've seen people like step back from that and use things that are like organic. Maybe they grow like molds and stuff like that and create fabric that way. I definitely feel like that's like where we're going. And also, digitally too, I feel like we're going to be doing a lot more like 3D printing. I'm not sure where pattern making is going to be. I feel like everything's just going to be like, oh yeah, just throw it in the computer and print it out. There's your outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like that's like fashion is going to be very like tech oriented and very about saving the environment. Even myself, like when I dye uh, any fabric now, like I use vegetables to do
Mm-hmm.
natural dyes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, it's just better than going to the store and buying you know, chemical dye and making a mess. I
Right.
just buy fruits and vegetables. I save like my avocado peels, my onion skins, and all that stuff. I put them in jars and I just experiment dye that way.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could definitely agree. I think with fashion, it's getting more towards about sustainability.
Mhm.
And, the thing is, like with fashion, also, like how you said, 3D printing, I think that fashion also is getting more into like a futuristic vibe to it. People are pushing boundaries with fashion and things of that nature. And when you look at like Iris Van Herpen, if you look at Alexander McQueen's work, if you look at different designers' work, like they really push the boundaries within fashion. There's a Chinese fashion designer. Her name is Guo Pei, and her garments are so beautiful. Like it's so opulent, and she has like these big gowns that are so like sparkly, and it has an essence of luxury, but it showcases her culture. So I think
Mhm.
it's getting more into that haute couture sense as well. And I wanted to ask, in pertaining to more of the fashion industry, how do you feel about the combination of beauty and fashion combining together?
I think it's fantastic. I feel like uh, beauty is definitely, I feel like it just goes hand in hand. When you make a garment, you want a certain hairstyle, you want a certain, makeup look, you want, certain nails. You know what I mean? I feel like it just goes hand in hand. I feel like um, if anyone was to do a collaboration, actually, somebody did do a collaboration. It was, the creative director for Balmain and Kylie Jenner. I forgot his name, but he's so good. And Kylie Jenner, they did she has a makeup brand and he's
Mm-hmm.
a designer. They did a collaboration and I heard it did very well.
I think his name is Olivier
Oh,
Rossi.
yes. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Brain fart. But yes. Yes, they did a collaboration and I mean, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a great thing to have like people who are in the beauty industry and the fashion industry collaborate to make something beautiful.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
agree. And especially with, beauty and fashion colliding together, especially for me, I'm in like the nail industry. So
Mm,
there's more nail artists being out there in terms of like putting their work out there with these fashion designer brands like with C&D, which is one of the top nail brands in the world. And it's called Creative Nail Design. And one of the co-founders of C&D, her name is Jan Arnold, and she goes, like her and her company go to these fashion shows, like such as the Blondes, to do these cool, intricate nail designs for their fashion shows. And, it's really cool to see how with the combination, not just makeup artists and hairstylists, nail artists are getting their work out there too. Just collaborating with these fashion designers and top fashion houses to make cool, nail designs that are very avant-garde with the collections. So it's really exciting to see, and I'm glad it's the whole beauty industry and fashion industry is colliding together, and also really progressing. So you see a lot of new trends, you see a lot of new products out, new garments, new nail trends, new fashion trends. So it's really, really incredible. And I want to ask this one question pertaining to the fashion industry. What is your whole take in terms of like how critical is it to have Black representation in the fashion industry? Because we have people like Kirby John Raymond, we have Christopher John Rogers. Like, how important is Black representation in the fashion industry?
I feel like currently I feel like it's getting better. It used to be non-existent. I feel like there are a lot more Black designers that are getting recognition.
Mm.
And I think it's, I feel like we should continue to go in that direction. As of right now, I feel like if you're just starting out or if you're local, in my experience, I feel like people expect because you are a Black designer that your clothes, like we can't have luxury. But it's like, why? You know what I mean? If I have an extravagant, piece, I should be able to, sell it for a price just as high as, somebody who's Caucasian. Like,
right.
I feel like we need to like get out of this stigma that Black designers, Black cannot be luxury, because that's very untrue. I know a lot of designers who are, Caribbean, who are just, African American. And their clothes are, their product is just fantastic.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And I feel like they deserve to be on, the next new artist or the next, first lady. I feel like that's really important. But I feel like we are we're slowly moving along. I've definitely heard of a lot more Black designers. Even some friends that I know that are designers, they're getting the recognition they deserve. So I feel like it's a slow walk, but we're getting there.
Yeah. I can also agree with that as well, because I'm glad that people like yourself are getting out there and getting recognition. Chelsea Billingsley, who's another designer, so I'm glad that Black women, such as yourself, is really getting out there in the fashion industry. And and also like the male Black fashion designers, and it's really cool to see that representation, and also not only in the fashion industry but also in the beauty industry as well, on my end. And I'm glad that Black nail artists are emerging, within the beauty industry, and recognition, especially makeup artists and hairstylists. Pat McGrath, who is from the UK, and she's known for doing makeup for a lot of the fashion shows, and she has one of the top makeup brands in the world, Pat McGrath Labs. So it's really cool to see, and I'm so happy that we're getting recognition as artists in general for our work, and seeing like, hey, there's people like us that are doing these different types of art, whether it's fashion, illustration, nails, hair, makeup. It's incredible. Now I wanted to ask, and pertaining to your not statement, but slogan, which is called Big Statement, Big Difference. So with your fashion line, where the slogan is Big Statement, Big Difference. Now, how did you and why did you come with that statement?
That is so, oh, I didn't think that anybody would know what that abbreviation means because I actually made that when I was in high school. So yes. It was like the name of my first blog. I used to blog in high school and people used to be like, oh, you're a blogger? So high school was so weird. People just thought I was weird and it was like, oh, you are blogging? What is that? You know what I mean? So it was a name that I've kept. I kind of like made it my Instagram name for my personal page. My actual Instagram name for my business is Nelly _Designer. But for my personal page, I kept the BSBD. I just couldn't let go of that that abbreviation. Even though it was something that I made so long ago, I just couldn't let go of it. So it is a small branch in my house name. I plan on reopening a blog. I actually have been working on it. And just keeping the name Big Statement, Big Difference. And just, do documentation, maybe like, talk about my process as far as like what it's like going through making a collection, or like, if I just have a project that I randomly decided to work on, like I want to, start documenting that again and, putting it on a separate, kind of like a memoir, but on the internet. So I definitely am keeping that name, Big Statement, Big Difference. I'm thinking about doing some merch for it as well, but it's just a name that I couldn't let go of. I just thought it was the best blog name ever. I'm gonna get back into it.
I like how it's like to the point, like big statement, big difference.
Yeah, I feel like it's, absolutely. I feel like it speaks for itself. I feel like, if you have a statement that's big, it'll make a huge impact. And that's just something I always believed, especially when it came to my clothes. I just want everything that I design to make a huge impact. Whether it be on their lives because they bought it and they're like, oh my God, this is like the best thing I ever had. Or, if it's just something that inspires them to go and do their own designs or their own business.
So is there any artists that you'd like to collaborate with, with your fashion?
I feel like there is. I don't know. I'm sure there is. I feel like I would collab with people that I, strongly support. Like Chelsea. I love her. Like, she's amazing. Like she's been doing it. Yeah. I would love to collaborate with her. I feel like we tried when we were in school because, she also went to SCAD. We tried when we were in school, but it just kind of like died. And I think it was just because we were just busy. I mean, I was busy. I don't know. I feel like she always found the time, but I feel like when I was in school, I had to work, I had my own apartment, I had to pay bills, and I was in school and I had to buy, I feel like I just wasn't there. But I feel like where I am now, I feel like I would love to collaborate with her. I feel like I've collaborated with other people, but just not as far as like designing is concerned. Like I've collaborated with people who were photographers. I've collaborated with musicians, but I have yet to collaborate with a designer. I think my goals for this year is to collaborate with a jewelry designer. I really need that. I want that. It's just something that I've been thinking about a lot because I don't want to just be about clothes. I want to, be able to design jewelry. I want to be able to design shoes, handbags. Oh, that's another thing too, an accessory designer. I would love to collaborate with an accessory designer. But yeah, I have yet to, I mean, off the top of my head, I cannot think of anybody that I would collaborate with as far as like creating a collection, except for Chelsea. She's like the only person I can think about in this moment. I'm sure there's someone else, but I just can't think about them right now.
Now, is there any like celebrity that you want to collaborate with, possibly?
Yes, Tiana Taylor.
I love Tiana Taylor.
My best friend, her name is Kayla. She is a photographer. We have been talking about it forever. Like every time we talk, she's like, girl, if I ever take pictures of Tiana Taylor, I'm gonna call you so we can like get her in some of your clothes and vice versa. If you're designing for her, you need to hire me so that way I can take pictures of her. Like we talk about it all the time because it's just, you know, somebody that we think is very talented and just overlooked. I feel like she's getting her recognition now.
Right.
But I also feel like, honey, you need to be a legend. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to work with her. Jesus, there's so many people. A stylist that I would like to work with, and I'm hoping to send some of my clothes to her very soon, is Alayli May. She's just amazing. Like as a stylist, as a shoe designer, she's amazing. Those are like my top two currently.
Okay.
Oh boy, I hope it works out. I'm sure it'll happen eventually, but you know, speaking it into existence, those are like my top two as far as celebrity, artists, and stylists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be really cool for you to collab with like Tiana Taylor. I can also see you like working with Chloe and Halle too. You know, that.
Okay, wait. Okay, pause. Because yes, thank you. Okay, top three: Tiana Taylor, Chloe, and Halle, because they are. Oh my God, I love their music. I love their music, and whoever styles them, just
yeah.
Yeah,
their stylist is Zarina Akers, and she's the one that styles with Beyonce, with Black is King, Chloe and Halle. Yeah, so that's really cool. You know, especially with Black is King, you know, the garments are amazing. You know.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh my, somebody that I actually graduated with at SCAD, he had one of his garments in that whole movie. And I was like, oh my God, how did you do that?
That's really, really cool.
I was like, how the heck? Like, wow. You got a piece in something that Beyonce did. Go on. Carry on. You're doing well.
Yeah,
I thought that was amazing.
That's so incredible. Now, one last question, like what is next for you? Like what is like your future plans possibly?
Right now, my plan, I would like to get a larger workspace. I feel like my projects are getting bigger, and I guess my audience is getting bigger. So I really would like to move into a larger workspace. I'm running out of space. Every day I'm looking around. I'm running out of hangers. I'm running out of space to put clothes on my racks. Like I'm just running out of everything. So my goal is to definitely get a larger workspace, and also to create for people. My clothes are expensive. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to create a small merch collection. You know, just for like people who are kind of like where I was when I was in college. I couldn't spend a lot of money. But I, you know, still wanted to be cute. I wanted to be fashionable. But also, you know, I was sleeping at school sometimes. So I was in sweats like 90% of the time. So, but you know, I wanted to be cute sweats. So those are my two big goals. It's just to move into a larger workspace and also to create a line for those who are, you know, maybe a college student, maybe in high school, or just aren't, you know, just at that point in their life where they can't spend too much money on clothes. I feel like my denim line was kind of that, but there were still some expensive pieces in that, like the utility puffer coats. Those were pretty expensive. And these The corsets are they're a little pricey, I won't lie. But I'm hoping to make something at a lower price range, you know, for people who are interested in my designs, but they just, you know, are not about to spend $400 on a check. Yes.
And also, like, where can people find you on social media, and how can people order like custom design clothing from you?
On social media, I have 2 Instagram pages. My personal Instagram, which is Nelly BSBD. And then I have my business Instagram. It's Nelly _ the designer. That's on Instagram. And you can also find me on TikTok. It's the same as my personal Instagram name, Nelly BSBD. As far as getting custom orders, if you go on my website, which is nellyco.net, I do have a page. It's under made to order. You just click on there. I have a form that you can fill out. You can give a description of like what you want. If you have like references, you can send me pictures. And then I try to be flexible with people as far as like their budget is concerned. But I also, you know, if it's a client, you know, I tell them realistically what they can get with, you know, that budget. And then, you know, you write your measurements down. But all of that is on my website. Like, it's a whole form that asks you very intricate questions so that way I can get the job done. All that's on my website. Again, it's nellyco.net for that. If you do want to do a custom order with me, that's how you can do it. I mean, I still respond to people who like hit me up on Instagram. I try really hard not to have it happen that way, but you know, some people, they don't, you know, read. I'm like, it's right here in the bio. But people still reach out to me. So, you know, I'm not that type of person that's like, you know, I try to respond to everyone the best that I can. I check my email every day. So yeah, I mean, you know, I have to be open because my brand is not that big yet. So I can't be picky like that. But anytime somebody does message me in that way, I always refer them back to my website for future reference.
Okay. Yeah, well, thank you so much for allowing me to interview you. And I remember when I first met you, it was this documentary project that we were doing about, I think it was about like colorism, I believe. And like when I first met you, you was like so fun and like full of life and everything. And you know, it was so cool to have met you, you know. And also I'm so proud of you and how much you've grown as a designer. I remember when I first seeing your work, it was so cool. And I was so inspired by your work. So thank you so much for getting on the show. And I know for a fact that your fashion line is going to go far. You know.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
You're going to be well known in New York, London, Milan, Paris. You know, I think that most definitely like great things are going to happen for you. You know, if you would like press on nails or anything, you know, I'm here.
I remember you did ask me about that. I was like, you know, trying to figure out like the need for it. Cause you know, I mean, don't look at my nails now, but when I get my nails done, like I get them done to be on for like a month at least, or like up to 3 weeks. With me sewing, it's hard to keep them on. People who know me, they're like, oh my God, are you sewing with these long nails? But I am getting to that point now where I'm looking for, you know, something I could just like press on and go. The same thing for my models and stuff like that. So I do appreciate it. I do remember you did offer to do that at one point. So definitely, especially for what's coming up now, definitely something that I'm considering. So thank you.
You know, thank you so much again. You know, I'm so glad to have met you, and you know, stay in touch. You know, I think great things are going to come for you. You know, great things.
Thank you. I really appreciate you having. I feel happy to do stuff like this. I feel like I don't get too many opportunities to speak on my story and just like what I have going on. So I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to use your platform. So
Mhm.
thank you.
Yeah, and you're like one of my first designers to interview, so that's really
Oh,
exciting.
really?
Yeah, one
I'm
of
the
the
first.
designers. Yeah, so thank
I
you so
feel like a
much
pioneer.
again. Just thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of Women's History Month, and talk to you later.
Oh, yes, girl. I know that's right.
All right, well, take care.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms, as well as visiting my website, asiaticbird.com, and be on the lookout for more videos to come soon. Take care, stay safe, and stay healthy.